Sylvaner is a variety of white wine grape grown primarily in Alsace and Germany, where its official name is Grüner Germany. In Germany it is best known as a component of Liebfraumilch, and production boomed in the 1970s to the detriment of quality, but it has long enjoyed a better reputation in Franconia than in other German wine regions, while the Alsatian versions have primarily been considered simpler wines. It was recently included among the varieties that can be used to produce Alsace Grand Cru wine together with the four noble grapes of Alsace, although only in one vineyard, Zotzenberg. This dichotomy is explained by the vigour of the Sylvaner vine and the grape's neutral flavour, which can lead to blandness unless yields are controlled. On the other hand, it gives a blank canvas for the expression of terroir, and on good sites with skilled winemaking, Sylvaner can produce elegant wines. It has high acidity but naturally reaches high must weights, so is often blended with other varieties such as Riesling or Elbowling, and is sometimes made into a dessert wine. History. Sylvaner is an ancient variety that has long been grown in Central Europe. In Transylvania, DNA fingerprinting has revealed it to be a cross between Traminer and the Hunnic variety Österreichische Weiss. As a result, it is now thought to have originated in Austrian Empire. It is thought that the grape came to Germany after the 30 Years' War, as there is a record of Sylvaner from Austria being planted at county of Castel in Franconia on 5 April 1659. So Germany celebrated the 350th anniversary of Sylvaner in 2009. Its name has been taken to be associated with either Latin silva saliathum, and before modern ampelography it was sometimes assumed that this variety had a close relationship with wild vines. Before DNA typing, some assumed an origin in Transylvania based on its name. A lot of Sylvaner was planted in Germany and Alsace after the Second World War, reaching 30% and 25% respectively of total vineyard area in the 1960s-1970s. It was Germany's most grown variety until it was overtaken by Müller-Thurgau around 1970. Much of the German crop was blended into Liebfraumilch, but overproduction ruined its reputation, and changing tastes led to many vines being grubbed up. However, in Franconia, where Liebfraumilch may not be produced and which primarily stuck to dry white wines in the decades when most other German regions produced semi-sweet wines, Sylvaner has kept its popularity. Single variety semi-sweet Sylvaner, which used to be common, has all but disappeared from the German wine production. More recently there has been a revival in Alsace based on low yields from good vineyard sites, with formal recognition in 2006 as Zotzenberg. Sylvaner became the first to be designated an Alsace Grand Cru. Distribution and wines. Australia. In the 1970s, Brown Brothers experimented with Silvaner in northeastern Victoria, but nothing seems to have come of it. Austria. There are just 34 hectares of Sylvaner in its land of origin, a victim of the trend in Austrian wine towards drier styles. Croatia. Sylvaner is grown in eastern Croatia, in the regions of Slavonija and Srem. In recent years, high-quality semi-dry Sylvaner zeleni from Orahovica has become one of Croatia's more popular wines. France. Sylvaner has a controversial place in Alsace wine. Since 2006, it may be used in Alsace Grand Cru, which was previously reserved for the four noble grapes: Gewürztraminer, Muscat, Pinot Gris and Riesling, but only in the Zotzenberg vineyard, which together with Altenburg de Bergheim and Käferkopf were allowed to produce mixed variety wines as Alsace Grand Cru. Zotzenberg Grand Cru wines may consist of Gewürztraminer, Pinot Gris, Riesling and Sylvaner in any combination. It is therefore possible to produce a varietally pure Sylvaner and Cru CRU from this vineyard, but it may not be labeled so. Only Zotzenberg. Even after this, Jean Trimbach's view is that this Sylvaner had CRU is only possible in Zotzenberg. It is a recognition of the terroir, but we should stop there. As in Germany, Sylvaner has been falling in popularity since the 1970s, declining from 25% of Alsace vineyards to 10% in that time. Germany first recorded at Castel in 1659. Sylvaner reached a peak in the 1960s-1970s, with 30% of German vineyards. However, overproduction during the Liebfraumilch years ruined its reputation, and it has since retreated to its stronghold in Franconia, where on the best chalky Muschelkalk terroir it can produce wines that can compete with the best German white wines, which usually are made out of the Riesling grape. These powerful wines are considered food-friendly and are often described as having an earthy palate. Under VDP Erste Grosses Gewicks rules, Sylvaner may be used for Grosses Gewicks wines, but only in Franconia and Alsace and not in any of the other 11 German wine regions. Sylvaner is also grown in Rheinhessen and Palatinate, and is sometimes also made into dessert wine. Currently there are 6,000 hectares in Germany, just 5.9% of the total area under vine. The official name of the variety in Germany is Grüner Sylvaner, spelled with an I, in difference from Alsace and its homeland of Austria. The Sylvaner is usually not matured in barrique barrels. This because the fine and fruity body of the Sylvaner would be overwhelmed by the oak taste. Romania in Transylvania, presumed to be the homeland of Sylvaner, two varieties of this grape are grown, the Sylvaner Ros and the Sylvaner Verdby, in vineyards as Jidve and Nachbal, Slovakia. Sylvaner is traditionally grown in the Limbach village in Slovakia, that is famous for its varietal Sylvaner wines, and in its surroundings. Switzerland. Some is grown in Switzerland, where it is known as Johannesburger Sylvaner with an Y. USA. In 1858, Emil Dressel brought the first Sylvaner cuttings to America and planted them on what is now the Scribe Estate in Sonoma County. In his honor, Scribe Winery planted 1 acre in 2007. It has been grown for many years at Rancho Sisquoc Winery in the Santa Maria Valley of California. Otherwise, Sylvaner has more or less disappeared from California, where it was known as Sylvaner Riesling, Franken Riesling, Monterey Riesling, and Sonoma Riesling. Oregon does have some Sylvaner at David Hill Vineyards in Forest Grove. Vine and viticulture. The vine is vigorous and productive, with 3-lobed leaves. The bunches are small and cylindrical, with medium green berries that ripen quickly. In 1940, Sylvaner was crossed with Chasselas to produce the white grape variety Noboling. Synonyms. Sylvaner is also known under the following synonyms: Avena, Avena Grande, Augustina Weiss, Beregi, Sylvani, Boetzinger, Closia, Sinofadel Solani, Sinophil, Flyer-Gentraber, Frankenriesling, Frankentraber, Fouaches Sylvani, Gamay Blanc, Gentilvert, Grossrhein, Gruen Sylvaner, Gruen Edel, Gruen Frankisch, Grand Sylvaner, Häusler Schwarz, Johannesburger, Mischka, Moma Vaca, Monterey Riesling, Moritzuka, Movivka, Mushka, Mushsa, Musa, Nemetsky Riesling, Easter-Eicher, Eastriker, Pepeltraber, Picarden Blanc, Picardu Blanc, Plant du Rhein, Rundblatt, Salfine, Salfinebi, Salvena, Salvina, Scharvana, Scherwana, Schönfellner, Schwarabola, Schwabla, Sedmorgradka, Sedmorgradska Zelina, Selinges, Sullivan, Sylvansky Zeline, Sonoma Riesling, Sylvan Zelini, Sylvaner, Sylvaner Verd, Sylvani Pfeffer, Chafandler, Yesel Sylvaner, Zelensich, Seleni, Siafandler, Zerifan Zinfandel, Zinfandel, Zotzelvani, Zotzelvani, Sylvaner, Sylvaner, Sylvaner Vert, Grüner Sylvaner, Grünfrankisch, Frankenriesling and Grüner Sylvaner.